Hello, everyone. Over the last several days, we have discussed many of Joel Goldsmith's ideas from his book, The Infinite Way. Yesterday, we spoke again about consciousness, the state of consciousness. I asked you to look at what your state of consciousness is. Is it a state of consciousness of suffering, lack, pain, sorrow? Or is it a state of consciousness of seeing the beauty around you, the love, the joy, the peace, the harmony, the abundance in all of life, wherever you look? One of the steps in obtaining this beautiful consciousness that God is offering us is to truly take a look at where we are and where we want to be. I think one of the things that holds us back as we are constantly looking at ourselves separate from other people, that we judge other people for how they are, what they do, how they treat us, and we don't see them as us. I've already given you the example of God being the ocean, and each one of us is a wave in that ocean. But have you ever really stopped to realize that a wave is never separate from the ocean? A wave is always an extension of the ocean. It's as if you are standing here and you put your arm out. You put your arm out to give something to someone, or you extend your arm to hold somebody in an embrace, a hug. Does that make the arm separate from you? No. The arm is still you. It's only being extended out for some purpose. This is what the wave of the ocean is. It's an extension out from the ocean for some reason. The wave is no more separate from the ocean than your arm is separate from you. If then the wave is no more separate from the ocean than your arm is separate from you, how can you be separate from God? God is the ocean. You are the wave. You no more can be separate from God than the waves can be separate from the ocean. When that wave is out there being whatever it's being, it's still the extension of the ocean. Everything the ocean is, it is. Everything down to the last little molecule the ocean is, the wave is. This is the same with you and God. Fillmore has written about it, Emily Cady has written about it, Joel Goldsmith has written about it, Ernest Holmes has written about it. And I could list author after author after author who have all written about it. You and God are one. There is no separation between you and God. All that God is, you are. All the qualities of God you are. We just have to come to understand this. We came to this earth to feel separation. We came to this earth to laugh and play and get all mixed up in the mud and junk of the earth. We came to play to our fullest on this playground called earth. That means we could slide down the slides, swing on the swings, go around in the merry-go-round. And it also means that we could go play good guy, bad guy if we wanted to. We could play at being soldier, at being the dictator. We could play in the mud. We could make mud pies. However, at the end of the day, when a child gets done with their play, they have to go in, strip off all their dirty and muddy clothes, go take that shower, wash off all the mud and the dirt that they've accumulated in their play, and then put on their fresh, clean pajamas, have some dinner, and then crawl into their snuggly little beds. They give up their play for the day. They cuddle in with the comfort of love that awaits them at home. They settle in for the night, relax, and sleep. During our time down here on earth, that is exactly what we are doing. We come down here and we play in this playground. We go out in the world and we play doctor, lawyer, soldier, painter, musician, mother, father, and so many, many other things. But at the end of our life, we have to strip off everything. We have to strip everything off of who we were, what we did, what we said, how we acted, and we have to let it all go. We have to walk into the shower of spirit and let our souls become washed clean. Then we take on that beautiful robe of spiritual being, once again leaving this body behind, and then cuddle up with the comfort of love in that place with God. Nothing we did in this outside realm then matters anymore. What matters when you leave this plane of existence is how well did you love? How compassionate were you? How understanding were you? How forgiving were you? How did you treat one another? These are the only things that really matter when you leave this earth. We all have trials and tribulations in our lives. And I've spoken over the last many days of how to handle all those things. The question is, what is your state of consciousness when trials and tribulations come up? Do you attack them being on the same level as them? Or do you take your state of consciousness to that higher level of understanding that there is not one thing on this earth that actually matters? The only thing that matters is how you respond. Do you respond with love? You respond with anger? If you respond with anger, that just lets you know that your state of consciousness is still locked into this third dimensional plane of being. That's all. If you can step back from yourself and say, wow, I really got angry with that, then you are taking that first step to raise your consciousness. You're looking at yourself and taking responsibility for your actions and reactions. Just the understanding that you got angry about something is the first step to letting your anger go. We have been given free will. God will not take our anger from us. God lets us give up our anger. The moment you realize that you became angry with something is the first step in letting go of that anger. Your second statement could be, I choose not to be angry anymore about that particular thing. All my anger is going to do is just draw to me more things to be angry about. And I choose to move to forgiveness. I choose to move to understanding. I choose to move to love. Loving in the face of animosity and anger is you stepping into your spiritual power. Not your power, it's your spiritual power. The power that comes from God. You, as the outreach of God, has all the power of God within you to move from one state of being to another anytime you choose. The choice is yours to move to a higher state of being, a higher state of consciousness, a higher state of being on this earth. Matt Kahn once wrote that we all came down here to be a fully enlightened angel on this earth. A fully enlightened angel is one who loves under all circumstances. That does not mean that the angel stays in an abusive situation. The angel would remove itself from an abusive situation, find a more loving situation to be in, but then turn around and love the one who has been abusive. This is not an easy road to travel most of the time. We feel like it's asking a lot of us, and yet all that's being asked of us is to just love the wave that moves next to us in the ocean. For you see, each one of us is a wave. Each one of us is a full extension of the ocean itself, God itself. With our free will, we make choices of how to be in this earth, but it does not separate us from God. As much as one wave chooses to float peacefully into the shore and another wave chooses to crash mightily against the rocks, both waves are still part of the ocean. Both beings are still a part of God. So all my love, everyone. Hope you have a beautiful rest of your day. And just begin to look at life, all of life, as a part of that beautiful ocean of God. Never separate from us, never separate from the One. All my blessings.